Alright, so before we get off, I'm going to say I'm sorry, because the last, 4 videos were really crappy audio, but this should be hopefully a bit better. Crypto, the sitting in the corner annoyance. Well, more like the sitting in the corner annoyance who is bad. So let's fix that. Let's fix crypto. So first, what's wrong with crypto? Well, what's wrong with crypto is that he has a weak passive. His ultimate just kind of annoys everyone. All his kit revolves entirely on his drone. And, well, it takes way too long for him to actually get the drone out. He lacks offensive capabilities. Or, yes, offensive speed capabilities. Alright, so for his passive, I'm thinking Crypto's old passive gets built into the drone, and Crypto gains a new passive called False Identity. So essentially, Crypto cannot be scanned or tracked by any legend ability. Also, when Crypto gets hit by an enemy, he gets the prompt to go invisible for 6 seconds, right? So it'll last, the prompt will last for 6 seconds. This invisibility will last for 8 seconds and grants a 20% speed boost. Guns will be reloaded after 5 seconds of being invisible. This passive, as a whole, would allow Crypto to be a much more active, player in team fights and control, how much the enemy perceives him, right? Which is a big help in this huge team fight. You're on fragment, you get shot, boom, you go invisible. Teleport right behind someone, boom, they're dead. What's that? They shot you with the P2020, did 14 damage, boom, you're invisible again. You're out of there. Now, this ability would have pretty much zero counterplay other than, a Crypto EMP or a Revenant scan or a Watson fence, right? Any of these things that kind of stop him from moving would, obviously hinder that. Now I'm thinking maybe a new stat to invisibility could be that you don't trigger traps. So caustic traps won't be triggered. Alright, so first tactical, as I said before, his passive gets built into it, right? So his drone automatically scans legends that come within a 30-meter radius for both Crypto and his teammates. As I said, he needs more offensive, mobility. So double tapping the tactical button will cause it to fly out forward. So let me picture this thing, right? You have a little Crypto right there in the center of the screen. He looks right. He taps once, then taps again. Quick succession, right? So you think, it's going to fly out? No, it's going to land straight down on that place where he originally was. This is because instead of, this traditional double tapping and it gets set in a predetermined direction, or I guess in a direction that you choose for a predetermined amount, it'll instead be that second button press that'll determine how far it will go. Think Sigma from Overwatch, right? His shield. You press it and just stays right there, but you hold it and it goes far. So you tap it once, and then in quick succession you tap it again and you hold it down. The drone will just keep flying. And you could also use your drone, right? You could double tap it, starts flying, and tap your ultimate button. When Hack is next to a wall, you can hold not. If you're in the drone, you could hold down the ability button, and it'll make Hack perch onto that wall. And so essentially, what this perch mechanic will do is it will give a mini map. So your mini map gone. It is now a video feed of Hack. So you can give this huge second per perceptive viewpoint. You get this whole another viewpoint on the battle. And this will also happen to your teammates' screens too. But don't worry. I'm thinking there's this top text on the camera telling your teammate individually if they're safe from the ring or not. It'll say not in ring or in ring. While in perch mode, Hack will gain 60 health and cannot move. The only big change is when perch mode is activated. So instead, Crypto pulls out an EMP grenade. This grenade deals 35 shield damage and destroys Legends buildings in a 6-meter radius. This only uses 25% ult charge. But I'm thinking maybe also Crypto's ability will also silence anyone in the radius of, well, I guess, both EMPs for 10 seconds. Now, why? Well, because you're like final ring, top two, and your team on top of the building, and this is Caustic, Watson, and Rampart all set up in that building. Well, with the normal EMP, you get rid of all their stuff, and they just put it back down again. Of course, there's less stuff than they have to go through than if you would just, not use the EMP. But if it also silences them, then you could push in without them, setting up again. Of course, this would also be even more annoying when a third-party crypto just uses it in the very middle of streamer building and silences is like 15 squads and gets to like red in one go. But I'd say it's more of a better change in the long run. Now, combining these buffs would change crypto from a one-done drone nerd to a kinetic up-close fighter who can pick his fights. Crypto as a whole was never really a strong legend, so these changes could truly make a difference, especially with him being more active in his role as a kind of like single outer and a defense counter, right? Okay, he can, with his new passive change, he can pretty much just finish a fight, dip out, heal, go back in, right? Or maybe he can just knock someone immediately, pop a battery, then dip out. And then, with his tactical changes, he can offer a whole new perspective to a fight his teammates probably wouldn't have been able to get to otherwise. Then with his ultimate, he can just do his job as a breacher all the bit better. Now, what do we say? Well, if you think it's a good concept, comment in the, not a description, but in the comment section down below. Tell me what you thought about it. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Or did you think that one point was good and one point was bad? Well, what else do we say? Well, we say think about games, sweat, get W's, and I will see you beautiful, beautiful think tanks later.